What is up, everyone? Wellness 101, Christian Bittinger back at it again. So today I am just absolutely elated, absolutely just so freaking incredibly happy today to be bringing on one of my dearest friends, Michaela Hazurjan. Michaela and I met my first semester of nursing school. It was first semester, right? Yes, because so you know your boy, listen. Okay, so I like style. I like fashion,
Yes.
feeling good, feeling right. So when I got my scrub bottoms, I looked like a clown because they were so big on me personally. I'm a small guy.
Oh my god.
So I bought some jogger scrubs, not very... I would say a lot of guys not really... I mean, they're starting to wear them more, but they're not as
No,
common.
you started the trend.
I kind of did.
Everyone wears them now because of him.
Not gonna lie. So, I got my jogger scrubs, my bold statement. You know, I already looked 12 years old compared to all these adults, so I thought, why not pants? So I got these pants. Michaela came up to me one day. She said, "Hey, I like your pants." I said, "Hey, let's be friends." You know
And
what
here
I'm
we
saying?
are.
Pathway to friendship, just compliment people. So I'm just so excited to have her here today. Oh, thank you for sitting down with me and talking
Yes,
about some of the things we're gonna talk
absolutely.
about. So let's just get started. Okay, so today's topic, we're going to be talking about body image.
Yes.
Body image. Michaela, why do you think... So Michaela actually brought this up to me when I
Yeah.
asked her. I was like, Michaela, what's something that you would want to talk about? Why do you think like body image is something that we should talk about?
Well, I know body image has always been something that's been pretty prevalent in my life. Ever since I was in 6th grade, I always struggled with how I looked and my weight and all that kind of stuff. And so I just think in this day and age with the attitude of kind of our younger population and towards just being kind to one another, that has been a really big issue. And so that really plays into body image and body positivity, and I think social media
Of course.
has played a huge role in that. And basically just wanting to recognize the fact that we put these filters on our pictures, and we edit out our skin because we have blemishes. We whiten our teeth. We enhance our certain parts of our body that we want to look better. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I haven't done that.
Oh, no, me too.
Because I have.
Me too, yeah.
But I've recognized that, and I'm trying to not do it as much because it's really important to just love what you were born with and not sitting there and comparing yourself to someone that's essentially presenting an unrealistic norm. No one is perfect,
Of course.
and we don't all have bright white teeth and perfect voluptuous hair
Yes.
and just this perfect figure. We're all unique, and we all were made a certain way, and just embrace that, because we're all beautiful. We're all beautiful, whether we're a size 2 or a size 16 or whatever. We just need to love who we are because we were born this way, and just, I don't know, that's fine.
See, and I love the way she worded that, because how do you get to a place where you are fixated on comparisons? And it's how we're raised. I mean, it's not to say that you did this to yourself on purpose. My experience in high school and middle school, it's it was social media. Our generation, the generation before us, they didn't really have social media where it was such bad just comparison. I mean, think about it. If you're in a bad place and you look on social media really is people putting their best face forward, and that's totally okay. Social media, it should be whatever you want it to be. But for me, it's when I was at a place, throughout my schooling, I really struggled looking at other people, how they were just also perfect.
Yes.
And then so I had to be perfect. And so I would edit myself to kind of fit into this mold.
Yeah.
And I was just so unhappy with myself. And I think there's a really good correlation with the more you edit, the less self-confidence you seem to have.
Yeah.
Right? But it's a process, and I think it's so good what you said. How do you get from so much editing to a place of just self-love? And I think that's something that we really want to just start talking about.
And it takes time.
It takes time, and it's not we're not sitting here from this all-knowing place telling you that we just love ourselves 1,000%. We don't struggle with body image.
There are days where it's hard.
It is. There are days when it's hard. But that's the thing. You don't have to be an expert and like have all these degrees to just talk about things that we all need to talk about.
Exactly.
That no one wants to talk about. Mm-hmm. But body image is just like so powerful because, you know, I'm not your stereotypical like big like hunk of like all muscle of a man, but like I don't have to be to absolutely love every curve, every lack thereof, curve, whatever descriptive word you want to use.
Yeah.
You don't have to look like what society views as beautiful to feel that.
Yeah, and I think just people see things on social media and you see a very surface level part of that person's life. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, they might post pictures of them with their new hair or on spring break, on vacation, in a bikini, whatever, but behind that picture, a lot of those people are suffering with anxiety. A lot of people do have depression. A lot of people may have just lost a family member. They may have just, you know, gotten a job promotion that they've been waiting for years and they're excited, but like you can't necessarily feel that emotion that they're feeling. And whether it's positive or negative, you never know. And so you always want to say like, oh, I wish I lived their life. But then the second you say that, you're in their actual shoes and it's still not good enough. It's still not perfect. Sorry, my mom's calling me. And it's just, that's what a lot of people don't see. They just want to live this life that someone else is living, but you actually don't understand, like, they have issues, they have struggles, they have problems, they have sadness, they have happiness, they have everything that we also have. It's just in a different way. And we all experience different things, and that's what makes us all unique and so, like, different.
Beautifully said, and also this quote that I read one day, it was like, don't compare someone else's highlight reel to your daily tapes.
Yes.
Meaning, like,
I saw that and I liked it.
Yeah. Like, social media is so incredible, guys. Like, all of, like, these new ways to connect with people, that's, like, why I'm doing this. It, like, vlogging is the topics I want to talk about. Like, social media can be this, like, beautiful thing where, you know, flaws and everything, we can just talk about these topics. And it's not about, again, acting like everything's perfect all the time. It's like, no, like, we all struggle with whatever we struggle with. But the underlying emotions and feelings are oftentimes similar. So when I say that quote, it's like if you're at a state where you can like look at someone's Instagram page or Snapchat story and realize like they're at a high, like they're having a good time, but that's not how their life's like all the time. And I think when you're in a negative state of mind, then that's when the comparison starts. That's when this person has this going on, and I don't have this, they have that, I don't have that. And then so that's where the jealousy comes, that's where the envy comes. So I think just, you know, because you know me, like I always got to give some tips, always got to give some tricks.
Not the shoulders.
The shoulders
always come out.
Okay, tip for you. Whenever, and this has worked for me, I'm going to ask Michaela because I've never said this to her. So a tip what I do is and I've just started practicing this, if I'm in a negative state of mind, I don't go on social media. And it's not for like the whole week, it's just for that hour, I literally refuse to go on social media because when I'm in a negative state of mind and I see someone else thriving, guys, that's not going to feel good. It never will. Yeah. When you are in a not good state and you see someone in a good state, natural feelings of jealousy are going to arise, or you're just going to feel worse about your current situation, even worse than it might actually be. So, Michaela, how does it feel when I don't know if you've ever even really consciously thought of this, but like, let's say you're having a bad day or you're bored and you want to get off your mind and you go on social media. Like, how does it affect you at all? Does it not really, have you not noticed anything? Because everyone's different, of course.
It depends on what I see.
Okay.
Like, sometimes for me, I'm like a very emotional person, and memories and like pictures, they kind of bring up a lot of things.
Nostalgia.
Yes. Yeah. And whether they're positive or negative, that does affect me. So, but I've never really consciously thought about that.
Yeah. It's a weird thing, but I just something I.
But it definitely does because it brings up memories and of like past relationships or friendships that I no longer have or whatever that may be. And I'm not saying it's always negative.
Right.
Sometimes it's like it brings back a good memory, and I'm like, oh, that was really a good time in my life or whatever. But no, I just know when I'm in a negative
talk about that.
state of mind, I'm like a firm believer in self-talk.
Mm.
Like when I was struggling, yeah, just like it really is. And like you said earlier today, like speaking things into existence. If we're talking negatively or we have a negative thing, like I used to be really bad about this with school. Like I would have such bad test anxiety, and I would go in there, I'm gonna fail, you know, I'm gonna whatever. And like when you have that thought process, you kind of are down about yourself, and you take the exam and you're not confident, and then you get results that kind of essentially follow that mindset. So if we just start turning that around and we go in with a positive mindset, I'm going to do well, you know, and everyone doing, I mean, like in our nursing class, I'm like, all right, we all got this. Like, we're all going to kill it because we really are all in it together. Yeah. It's no longer just like you. It's like all of us. We're all going to be nurses one day, and whatever you choose to be, just like encourage people around you and encourage yourself. Like, don't forget about that, because I think we do forget about that. It's like we want to build everyone else up, but sometimes like you need to build you up too. Because
and the reason why I'm over here can't stop smiling is because my first video, I don't even know if you realize what you just did. So my first video, I said this clearly. I said, no matter what the situation is, I talked about how when I was just sad, sometimes I'll go on social media and it'll be worse. I get in a worse negative state of mind. She just talked about how completely different situation, nursing school. If she goes in with a mentality of negativity follows. Yes. Meaning, again, guys, no matter what the situation is that you are dealing with, right now we're talking about body image. But no matter what the subject is, we both just experience negative emotion in completely two different atmospheres. Yeah. So again, we are all interconnected. No matter what the situation is, we still feel the same emotions, and that's so powerful. That's why I'm doing these, guys. We can go through and talk about these things together in a way to just make you feel less alone. Again, I did a whole video on that as well. Yeah. And it's just really good points. Yeah. Really, really good points. And so when it comes to and I know we kind of got off topic, but that's the thing. We always get off topic. That's just our thing. But the body image, guys, if we can just get to a place where we acknowledge where you feel good. So, for example, if you are on social media and you don't feel good looking at other people's stuff, maybe take a break for the day. Yeah. You know, start actually listening to your emotions. Again, it's never about not feeling the emotions, it's about listening to them. It's never about blocking, it's about feeling and experiencing and then making a change. Your emotions are basically an indicator of where you are versus where you want to be. Okay, also another great thing about social media. So for me, I definitely have certain physical goals of where I want to be. Now I'm having my own health journey with my digestion, so I have to be realistic here, but social media for me, it can be a positive thing, because if I see someone with a certain physique that I admire, that can be motivation for me. But there's a difference between motivation and comparison, which leads to insecurity, anxiety. Yes. I look like this, he looks like that. That's where you might want to hold back. There's a difference between seeing something and admiring it and wanting to get there, and seeing something and saying, I'm not there, he's over there, what the hell. So, again, social media can be this like really positive thing, but if you're at a state, well, right now you're looking at people, and body image is an incredible topic to talk about, because as Michaela noted, a lot of people do edit their stuff, and that's okay, it's their right. But again, don't compare somebody's perfect Instagram picture, perfect video to your day-to-day life. Yeah. Because no one's putting their work day on their Instagram. No one's putting their... Yeah. So, if it just that one acknowledgement of, you know, this person looks absolutely beautiful in their picture, that's okay. But just try not to get to the point where you're like, oh my gosh, this person's life is absolutely perfect. My life's over here. Like, I gotta go to work today or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, going off of what he's saying, and instead of, like, striving for perfection and just, like, flawlessness, strive to be a genuine person, to be real, and to have a big heart and that kind of thing, because looks and what you look like on the outside is only going to get you so far. And I think just being an overall good person is going to really show in all areas of your life. And I know you were talking about quotes earlier, but I saw this one day and it really put things in perspective to me, because when I was in middle school, that's when kind of everything started with body image issues for me. And it's so crazy because it's like that one negative thing that one person says that just drowns out all the positive. At least that's what it's been for me. And so like that
was that, you said body image was that?
Yeah, and just
Got
like
it.
that one negative comment someone made about the way I looked is like what sticks with me today. But just like multiple comments that people give, I mean, throughout your whole life you're gonna get those. But it's like that one that really just kind of stays in the back of your head, and that's what's really unfortunate. I don't think people realize that either when they say that one thing when you're a kid, but like that thing that one person said to me still sticks. And so just like keep that in mind when you're talking to other people. But what I was gonna say was I saw this and it said, if we were to wake up tomorrow and everyone was blind, how many people would you impress? And
I love that.
And like that's really what stuck with me, because like little 6th grade me would have, picked, if, I would rather just look perfect. I'd rather be, I'd rather have perfect hair, perfect skin, perfect nails, whatever, over just being someone who could make someone happy, could make someone laugh. You had a good, work ethic. You were determined. You were academically, driven. And, which one would you choose? And like, really though, if we were to wake up and everyone was blind, how many people would you impress? And if you can look at yourself today and know like, okay, like I do have a big heart. I could make someone laugh. I could make someone's day. I could, whatever.
Yes.
But if you're sitting there and you can't say that because, you're not happy with where you are right now, you're not happy with what you stand with or what you believe in, like, then, start making some change, because it's important that we can, be kind to one another and really make a difference and not just be, present outside on the surface. But if we're not present inside, then what do we really got?
Say that quote one more time.
If we woke up tomorrow and everyone was blind, how many people would you impress?
Coming from someone who has, in middle school and high school, I can openly say that I literally hated everything about myself. And it's because how I looked like, how I communicated, how I carried myself, my goals for this life, how I view every single day as just an absolute blessing. I'm not saying that my life's... Blessing does not mean always positive. Blessing means, to me, a blessing is an opportunity to learn. I mean, I am not what society may deem as, I don't know, beautiful in certain areas. Or maybe I do, because like I said, it's subjective. What one person finds beautiful can be completely different than one another. But what I will tell you is I have gone from a place of true just like self-hate, of insecurity. If future me were to tell past me that I was going to start a vlog where I put myself out there and talk about all the things that I struggle with, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this for Christian Bittinger to look perfect all the time. I'm doing this because Christian Bittinger struggles with a lot of things, but I'm not alone. I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm hardworking. Like all of these things that it's so easy for us to compliment others. It's okay to say that about yourself. Yeah. But I didn't know that back then. Mm-hmm. It was selfish back then. It was arrogance back then. So, I can confidently say that I am at a place today where I absolutely love myself, flaws and all. But I can see how, with my old mentality, that sounds like such arrogance. It sounds like arrogance to say to yourself, I am brilliant. Whoa, chill out. No. Stop asking permission to be brilliant. Stop asking permission to absolutely love yourself, but just know that you don't have to get from this place where you currently are to where you want to be. It's a process. It's such a process. And where I am now is so astronomically different from where I was, and it took me about 4 years.
Yeah.
And however long it takes is however long it takes, but day one can start now. day one can start where you say, you know what, I'm going to have days where I think like I used to think, but I don't have to keep thinking like that. Because where focus goes, energy flows. Or how do you get from where you are to where you want to be? And one of the things that one of my teachers always says is you can't get from here to there like that. Meaning, this is such a process. When I said it took 4 years, I'm saying my journey kind of started 4 years ago where I realized, listen, when I look in the mirror, I feel very unhappy, and I'm sick and tired of that. So it started 4 years ago, and when I say it's daily process, I can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
It's not about just everything being perfect and like you just feeling like Beyonce every single day.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna struggle, and it's not to say like don't compare yourself to others, because again, that's a very naive statement. We're just saying that you don't have to live in a state of constant comparison and constantly hating yourself.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, because, I mean, like for me, how you said it's like a 4 year, it took about 4 years, but it's still like an ongoing thing. Like mine, you know, like I was talking about, started in like 6th grade, and it wasn't until I was a junior in high school that I was really like, I just like felt good. I like looked in the mirror and I just like loved myself and just loved everything about my life. Like the people I surrounded myself with, my job, my school, like where I was headed with school and college. And still from then I've grown. And so like I felt good then. I even feel just like so good now. And so just every day is a process, and you just grow and learn, and you learn more about yourself, and you change. And change is good. It's hard, but it's good. But you know, you're not gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, I'm happy. Like, it's not gonna be that. But the journey is a good thing. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn what you deserve. You learn like what you want to do with your life, how you want to present yourself, and everything like that. So it's a good journey, and it pays off.
We are conditioned to under-celebrate ourselves.
Yeah.
And if you can get to a place where you just love yourself, and you can get there, but it starts with a little bit of, not a little bit, it's very uncomfortable to change.
Yeah.
And you're gonna experience some resistance, of course.
Yeah, the second that you realize like your own worth, you realize the people that aren't in your life to live up to that expectation of yourself. Like, you really realize the people that are actually your friends, because they may call you your friends, or you may think they are, but when their words don't match their actions anymore, or never did, it's time for that person to just
maybe love them from a distance.
Yeah.
Even if you're not ready to cut them out, we're not telling you to cut people out of your life. We're saying, if you're at a place where you're starting to be open to love yourself, and someone is constantly bringing you down, or you just notice that most of the energy that they're outputting is negative, we're not saying don't ever talk to them again. Maybe try distancing yourself, or at least try hanging around someone else for a little bit.
Exactly.
Again, you can't get from here to here, so we're not asking you to leave your family, change your name, and move to a new country and be happy all of the time.
Yeah. And it's hard. It's hard to like cut people out. I mean, like myself, everyone who knows me, like when I like love someone, that sounds weird, not like in a weird way. Like when I just love my friends, and I love them so hard. Like and it's really hard for me to like let them go. Yeah. Essentially, when they do wrong you, or they do something that's like really offensive, or say something really offensive, and it's really hard for me to let that person go.
I agree with what you're saying, but I think a more realistic thing would be to say, start noticing.
Yeah.
So, notice how you feel around certain people.
Yeah.
Because guys, contrary to what a lot of people say, you're supposed to feel good.
Yeah.
Like life is so much more than a time clock. Like, you're supposed to feel good, and even if you're not open to, you're supposed to feel good all the time, which that's my belief, and maybe you're not there, at least be open to the idea that you're supposed to feel more good than you are bad.
Yeah. That's a hard concept.
It is a hard concept. So again, maybe not take action yet, but the first step normally to any change is noticing, whether that's addiction, acknowledging I have a problem.
Yeah.
If it's your relationships, notice if you're in a good place or you're in a bad place. ask yourself, is this person feeding into my growth or hindering me from my growth? Because you're either growing or you're dying. Not to be blunt, but it's true. You're really never stagnant. Energy is never stagnant. You're either progressing or digressing. So ask yourself, when you're with these people, and this all relates to body image, if you're in a place where you're with people that make you feel insecure about yourself, then we're not telling you to change, because if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. This is your life. Sorry, not sorry. But you can. You will say that you have a choice here. You have a choice of whether you're going to continue to surround yourself with the people that you're surrounding yourself with.
Yeah.
And that is going to feed into, body image, how you feel about yourself, the way you communicate with others. So I think that we touch. It's funny because I was like, we're going to talk about body image. We probably talked about 14 different videos.
Yeah, we did.
But that's the thing, guys. We have literally no idea what we're doing. But you don't need to. That's what's so fun about this. It's like I want social media, at least on Christian Binninger's profile, to be a place where you can come and just feel like you can be yourself. That's 100% my goal. It's like Wellness 101 is just a place where we literally grow together. As we've noticed, I am very new at this, and I stutter, and that's okay, because I'm not coming from a place of in this all-knowing being talking down to you guys. No, I'm right there with you. But
no one's perfect.
No one's perfect. It's
far from it.
Coming from someone who literally hated everything about themselves to a place of complete self-love, I want you guys to get there. And it's still a journey. Of course, I still have my days of insecurity where I'm feeling down, not feeling good, not feeling right. But my days of feeling good, feeling right are increasing, and I'm telling you that because you can get there too.
Yes.
You no matter where you are, life is all about perspective, and these videos are here to guide you to start realizing that you are the creator of your own reality. Mm-hmm. And
stop counting yourself out.
Stop freaking doing that, bro. I'm so frustrated because I used to do that too. But guys, you are brilliant. You are amazing. Start saying that about yourself. Yes. Not BS affirmations. Acknowledge where you are. Okay. Let's be real here. If you're let's say an example would be if I go to my garden and there's weeds everywhere and I'm just there's no weeds here. Okay, listen, Sandra. Keep it real. Yeah. You have some weeds in your garden, okay? You have some things that you need to clean up. Acknowledge that, but acknowledge it from a place of, listen, I have some things that I need to take care of. Yeah. That's the first step. And then all these affirmations of, I am brilliant, I am incredible. They're going to help. To believe them. You're going to start to believe them once you acknowledge where you are, and then you can take the actions. Right? This is so much fun. It is mind-blowing because it's a shift of perspective of how we're raised. That's why to me it's mind-blowing. That's why to me I get so excited talking about this because how I used to view life, how society normally views it, I don't view it like that. I don't think that things just happen. I don't think that the people in your life are in your life by chance. I don't. I think that we create our reality. I really do. I think it's all law of attraction based. I think that there's limitless potential. I think there's limitless abundance for all of us. But beside that point, I'm here to empower that, to at least get you open to that. Meaning, I want to be the gateway to that. Meaning, once you have those thoughts, that's where you want to research all these experts. I'm not an expert. I'm just someone who wants to change your perspective. And once you have a shift in perspective, everything can change. Yes. Because life is all about perspective. So if you have a perspective here and then you have a perspective there, that's two different realities. And
what's so crazy is it's your own perspective. You are in control of that. If you want to change something about your life, you do it.
It's up to you, bro.
Yeah. So just take that chance. Do what you want to do. Start doing what you love, and stop just living on other people's, time frames, on other people's watches. Just do you, because you can do it. You can change anything you want about your life. Stop waiting for someone else to do it, and just take charge and make those changes, because you'll start living a way happier life that way.
And also when we say it's your responsibility, we that's very true. It's up to you, but also once you recognize that, that's when you can utilize the limitless resources that are in 2020. There's just so many resources out there. So it's not about doing it all on your own, but when we say that no one's going to do it for you, that's 100% accurate. No one's going to... Guys, there's never going to be a right time. What? That is the biggest... If you can literally take that, put it in a fire, put gasoline on it, and then burn that shit to the ground, no one's going to do it for you. No one's going to get you off the couch. No one's going to say, okay, in 5 years, then it's going to be the right time. If you want to do something, then let's do it. But also, once you make that decision, you're never alone in that. There's always someone that can at least guide you or help you through it.
Yes.
Michaela, thank you for coming onto my vlog.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes, anytime. Alright guys, Wellness 101, baby. Stay tuned and tapped and turned on, guys. Get to a place where you are just alive, you're feeling it, you're feeling good, feeling right. I am always here, always open to talk about most subjects, and continue to just be kind, and we'll see you soon, baby.